up. There's a few that get ready to spawn. That's better. That's much better. Well, I really am getting tired of fishing in the wind and the cold like this, but this one was worth coming for today. And I'm looking forward to this warm up we got coming. It's going to be in the 80s and the bite should pick up. Welcome to the St. Clair Bass Fishing Report. Things are looking up. Even though I was fishing in high winds on day one, first from the north, then they shifted to the northeast. On day two, I was fishing in brutally cold west winds, but the bite held up. Now, since I'm sure of the way that the spawn is going to play out on the mile roads and further south, I decided to focus solely on the Selfridge Bay and the bay north of it. The water temperature on Monday was 54 degrees. Now, what I found was that the smallies had not all shown up yet. With a lot of casts, I could pick up a nice bass on a flat, but it was hard to double up. Each flat seemed to produce one good fish. That's about to change. The dramatic warming that is about to come will bring the smallies crashing to the shoreline all at once, all the way up and down the U.S. shoreline. Now, I've been asked, what are those numbers that you're posting at the bottom of the screen? Those are spot numbers from my 27-page chart book, The Marked Maps. Each map is from an area of Lake St. Clair or the St. Clair River with over 400 marked spots. Here's how you interpret the numbers. If the number is black, it's historically a strong spot. I'm just giving you some suggestions to look at. If it's red, those are spots where we actually struck out. If it's in green, that's spots where we caught tournament quality fish. And if it's in blue, that's a spot where we caught bass, but they weren't tournament quality. You can buy the chart book at combatbassfishing.com. Since temperatures have been stable, the smallies seem happy and have begun to occupy beds from north to south. One report came in about active beds in the North Bays. All I can say is, it's about time. The water temp on Thursday was still 52 degrees up there, though. The shallows in the back are going to warm up faster than anywhere else in the open water. Next to temperature, there is a factor that attracts smallies to spots. It's new growth, sparse cabbage. I'm seeing it everywhere. And it's sparse enough and short enough so that we can work our baits through it easily. As the season moves on, those cabbage beds will thicken up, but there's usually a leading edge of new growth until they mature sometime in August. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers forecast is out. I'll highlight the actual levels at the beginning of May for last year and this one. Drawing a line between them, you can see that the actual levels are slightly below last season. Finally, some great news on the weather. As you can see, westerly winds prevail, and the south winds you see are also part of that pattern. One tiny blip of easterly shows up on Sunday night. The bottom line is the bass will have no choice now but to be on the move and get down to business in the shallows. The Belle Isle water temp, it continues to move up and it's now at 54 degrees. One news item. I did some digging about the ethanol thing. Here are two lines from the EPA's press release. Currently, in about half the country, E15 cannot be sold from terminals starting on May 1st and at retail stations starting on June 1st. And EPA's action for these states means that E15 and E10 are sold across the region on equal footing. It reads that they are just expanding the use of E15, but there is some ambiguous language about fuel blending in the regulation and in the article. Since Mercury stepped out and spoke up about this, I'm going to be cautious. There's no advantage to running any level of ethanol through an outboard, so I've started burning only rec gas when I can find it. One last hot tip for the week. If you want to keep your vehicle clean, don't do this. Well, the bite is picking up. Have a blessed weekend.